those who are demented, and those who write dramas. Unfortunately for Twilight, input far exceeds output to a point where economists and businessmen alike collectively shake their bespectacled heads in disbelief, wondering how such an operation is still standing. It's in this pressing situation we find Warden Johnston, head of Twilight. As British a top as ever there was, the Warden lives a life of perpetual frustration broken only by the odd cup of tea. Indeed, but for the refreshing daily reminder that there are people in this world going more insane than him, the Warden would be a dismal fellow. An inflated ego and a healthy pay packet can do wonders in a person's life though, and the Warden is happily reminded of both on frequent occasions. But what to do with overcrowding in the sanitarium? Input greater than output is not smart business, and the Warden knows it. But the ministry keeps on sending them, so he's got to keep on packing them in. Leaving his R&D team to work out how to fit a bed into a broom closet, the Warden enters his office with a letter.
Directive of the Ministry of Madness to Warden Johnston, Twilight Sanitarium. Warden, we at the Ministry of Madness congratulate you on the success of your sanitarium over the past 12 months. Of course, your rehabilitation success rate falls so far off the bottom end of the bell curve that we've had to create a new statistical branch just to deal with your sanitarium. Okay. Regardless, our congratulations stem from your unprecedented ability to make use of the little room you have. Your methods of crowding more inmates into one cell are second to none, and your innovative use of bunk beds has been revolutionary in combating overcrowding within our sanitariums. Knowing your ability to cram inmates into cells such as would make a tin of sardines jealous, we have decided to send you a batch of our most recently baked fruit cakes for you to house as you see fit. Thank you for your assistance in this matter. You have the full support of the Ministry of Madness, right up until you make a glaring public mistake. At that point, we deny our knowledge of it. Regards, Minister Webster, Ministry of Madness.
Yes.
Remember, a nut needs to be in the sanitarium. Ha, ha, ha.
More inmates. I cannot believe it. We're too overcrowded as it is. I mean, sure, I've used bunk beds effectively and set up a toilet across them. Even solitary confinement is lacking the meaning it once did. What with 10 men in every cell. Even the rats have less crowded quarters. I shall have to come up with something.
Excuse me, the new lot on the right thing, sir?
All right, Smithson, send them in. One at a time, mind. I don't want to end up their collective lunchtime meal, you understand?
Yeah, right, go. Okay, in there you go, you limey scum.
Inmate 64389,000. Welcome to Twilight. Although you are new here, I'm sure you must have heard of us. You may have seen our billboards on the street as you came in, or perhaps read about us in the April Bird. Yes, well, it was an unbalanced article. Personally, I don't think the photographs did me any justice. However, I
will explain to me this moment why I am here.
Right. You've been brought here to be rehabilitated from your illnesses through advanced counseling techniques, some good old-fashioned tender loving care, and healthy doses of electroshock therapy. Our team of doctors, headed by a Russian chap, Pavlov, will see to it that your leave here is neither a threat to yourself or to others.
A Russian? Do you insult me, peasant? No Russian dog will lay his hands on me.
Russian dogs? So you've heard of the good doctor's work already, I see. Excellent. Anyway, we shall show you your quarters momentarily. Did you have a good trip in?
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Right. By the way, my name is Warden Johnson, and I have you listed as Jean-Paul...
Napoleon Bonaparte.
I'm sorry, I do believe my ears just simultaneously reached an agreement not to function. Did you say that your name was...
Napoleon Bonaparte. Predestined by God Almighty as Emperor of France. Viva la France! I should not be. This restricts and demeans my status as God's chosen instrument, sent to lead my people.
Well, I do apologize, Monsieur. This is all merely a formality, you know, just to determine how, using the official term, off your trolley you are.
I am late for a portrait.
Of course. So you say you were the former Emperor of France. Oui, oui, sacré bleu, you know all that wrong.
What you say is correct, peasant.
Right. Well, in being the former Emperor of France, France certainly had their fair share of wars throughout their history, haven't they?
Freedom! Vive la liberté!
Yes, and being their former Emperor, you would have seen many of these battles. Indeed, you would have led your men into many a conflict. Am I correct?
Oui, grandly. I had fought the Prussians for many long years. I met your Wellington at Waterloo.
Don't you mean Waterloo?
How dare you correct me? I am Napoleon Bonaparte, God's chosen vessel, sent to rule my...
Again, I do apologize, monsieur. Tell me though, this battle at Waterloo, in what year did you say you fought Wellington and the British?
1929.
Right. Not to doubt the validity of your claim, monsieur. It's just that, well, in the year you say you fought Wellington and the British, well, that was about the same time the Wall Street stock market crashed. That slight discrepancy in your dates and the fact that you quite obviously have been dead for 150 years means I have no option but to house you here for the previously specified sentence of 20 years.
I have been imprisoned before, and I have escaped before, and I shall do so again as I escaped my island imprisonment on Elba.
Yes, well, in your 20 years you'll certainly have an hell of a long time to think about it.
My people will not stand for this insult. They will come for me! Viva la Revolution! Viva la France!
Yes, ta-ta then. Please find your quarters. Shall I have dinner sent to your room cupboard?
Not tonight, Josephine. I am too tired to eat. So says Napoleon.
Fine. So starved, Napoleon. Well, that was interesting. I shall have to have words to the Ministry of Madness and commend them on the excellent quality of the fruitcake they send us. Why is it that everyone they send to us is just plain mad? Right. Note to self. I do believe that Monsieur Napoleon may be feigning insanity for some reason or other. He is to be detailed for hard labor under the hot sun. We'll see if the truth comes out from the French fries. I wish someone could have heard that. Smithson! Please send that out second guest.
Oh, okay, right, Governor. You, move along, get in there.
Inmates 64389,001. Welcome to Twilight. You have been brought here to be rehabilitated from your illnesses, the medical world having deemed you clinically insane. Do you understand?
No.
Well, I'm sure it'll become clearer to you over the next 20 years to life. Name, please?
What's in a name? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
That may be, but it saved our warders some degree of difficulty in locating you and singling you out for ridicule. And many of us my men are subject to this sort of ill-treatment.
However, do my men do their job well?
If they don't know your names.
People call me author, poet, philosopher, and scholar. He who has the skill to form a universe out of the artistry of his words. Will mark me on if I will.
Yes, but you see, we need something that can fit on your name tag.
Shakespeare. William Shakespeare.
Oh, Shakespeare! Well, I welcome thou. I'm truly a great fan of your work.
Oh, the fair skin of my cheek does colour crimson at the candour of your compliment.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So, tell me, Mr. Shakespeare, just out of my curiosity, what are some of your more well-known literary works?
Oh, my hand has written with unerring skill 100 poems and sonnets and a dozen plays. Perhaps you've heard of my masterpiece, Hamlet.
Yes, yes. To be or not to be, what a piece of work is man, all that drivel.
Do you mock me, sir?
No, I leave that to my men. Any others I may have heard of?
Oh, scores! Romeo and Juliet.
Yes!
Julius Caesar.
Wonderful.
Henry V.
Of course.
The Cat in the Hat.
Okay.
Oh, the Paris one.
Yes, but...
The 27th annual hippopotamus race.
Okay.
1984.
And in what year did you pen that?
1584.
Of course.
And my most recent endeavour, the New Testament.
Okay. You know, Mr. Shakespeare, we here at the Twilight Sanitarium are all about love. We like to treat everyone with the equity and the respect they deserve. That being said, and with all due respect, You're nuttier than the crawfish to crunchy I spread on my toast this morning and have more screws loose than my son's Meccano said. Unfortunately, I have no option but to house you here for the previously specified sentence of 20 years to life, wherein I may hope for your speedy recovery.
Then Denmark's a prison.
No, but this is. Enjoy yourself.
Friends, wardens, countrymen, lend me your ear!
There will be no lending of anyone's anything in Twilight. Hang on! Get up.
So I go to it.
Yes, that's right. Cell 42, just down there. It will hold all the answers you need. What a piece of work is man, eh? Certainly get some interesting pieces of work come through these doors. Smithson, please send in contestant number 3.
Yeah, right over there. Okay, mate, your turn. Out you go.
Inmate 64389002. Welcome to Twilight. Name, please?
Jesus of Nazareth, Son of God.
Oh, yes, Jesus, our most popular customer. In a remarkable coincidence, you are this sanitarium's 1,000th Jesus! As such, I'm pleased to present you his $5 departure. Just smile at the camera, please. Not to be used in conjunction with any other offer after 5 p.m. on Saturdays.
Why do you mock me? Don't you believe that I'm Jesus?
Well, that's what we're here to determine, isn't it? You see, I'd like to believe you, I really would. It's just that, well, we're standing in a sanitarium. Everyone here is a little, you know, curl your hair, brush your teeth. In fact, many of the people here claim to be Jesus, as you do. Whoever said Jesus is everywhere must have been making a study of this place.
Although many may claim to be me, I'm the only me. I am the truth. I am the light. I am the way. I am the only way to the Father. The fulfillment of all the prophecies before me. I am the one.
And what proof do you have that you are this one?
What proof do you have that I'm not?
Well, unless I'm mistaken, you are the one who is currently standing in an asylum defending a judgment of insanity placed upon you.
And why do you believe that your judgment is the correct one? I was put to death based on the bad judgment of men before, and I rose again, proving that death and judgment have no power or claim over me.
And yet you are making some very serious claims. You come to me talking of divinity, well, you seem serious about it. It's just that, well, I'm having a little trouble coming to grips with that. I just can't believe it.
Believing in you requires faith. You could take me at my word. I mean, they could be telling me the truth. If I was delusional, as you so far claimed, then you would have to speak to me in terms of my words. You know, ask questions like, so, how's Herod doing today? Or, what's the weather been like in Nazareth lately? Or maybe, are they still catching bass on Lake Galilee? Instead, I come into your world, and I will speak of a better place for you. As for lying, how could I lie about my claim to be the Son of God? I've already told you I'm the truth. If I'm lying, my argument would collapse. Please don't try and trick me. I know who I am.
Yes, but you see, I'm having a little difficulty grasping this concept. If you are, as you say you are, the Son of God, I'd very much like to see a miraculous sign from you.
Some things never change, do they? But why is it every generation wants to see a miraculous sign as proof of who I am? Don't you get it? I'm not your entertainment.
But in being the Son of God, surely a small miracle would do no harm and would be a simple means of proving to me your claims.
My miracles are not petty magic tricks or sleight of hand. They give power and authority to my claim as the Son of God.
Yes, but you know the old saying, seeing is believing.
How convenient for you. But isn't it interesting that the very generation that saw me perform all my miracles was the one that put me to death? Seeing is not believing. I'm living proof.
Living proof, yes. Interesting choice of words you use when you say that. You see, call me crazy, but I usually associate crucifixion with, well, death. You, on the other hand, again, correct me if I'm wrong, seem very much alive. You can see the quandary coming in.
I told you. I died. I rose again. Look at the scars. Many people saw how I got these scars, and many more saw these wounds healed when their Lord rose again to life. What those many saw has been passed on and told to many, many more over every generation.
But I never saw you die, nor did I see you raised to life again, and so I do not believe. I have to consider this. If you are lying, you will lead people astray. If you are mad, you will do all the more damage. If you are telling the truth, well, that would be amazing. Life-changing, in fact. But to believe you, I have to place faith in you. Do you know how hard that is?
Yes, I do know. I'm not insane. You know that. But to believe in me does require faith. Faith is believing what you cannot see and having faith in what you cannot understand. But put some faith in me and see what a work I'll do in you.
When all is said and done, a decision must be made on you. I cannot wrongfully accept a sane man who speaks the truth, nor can I loose on society a crazed one. A decision must be made on you, Jesus. But what to do? How to respond to your claims? What to do? I'm sending you out, inmate 64389,002. I will see to you that you're well looked after and taken care of until we can more firmly determine your case and resolve whether to accept you or to reject you. Please, Jesus, if you get out the door you came in, Smithson will show you temporary quarters. And I'll be sure to let you know my final decision, whatever that may be.
Your questions will be no different to all those who've gone before you. They'll follow the same worn path, seeking the resolution that every human desires. But put some faith in me and see what my grace and Spirit does in you. I pray your decision will be a favourable one.
Well, that would certainly benefit you in your current situation.
No, Warden Nicholas Johnson. Yours would be much greater to benefit. I pray this decision rests in your favour.
A decision must be made. What to do? Take a letter. The Minister, Ministry of Matters. Dear Minister Webster, I would like to thank you for and confirm the receipt of the latest batch of fruitcakes, all present and accounted for as per your records. All are currently housed and awaiting further rehabilitation, save one, whom I had much rather have marked for special consideration. As you know, we get a new Jesus every 2 or 3 days, and usually we pay them no mind. But in this subject, there was something different. In this man, I was met with one who spoke in wisdom and truth. There seemed no dishonesty in him, and he was not mad. For the man did not speak with such wisdom and clarity as this Jesus did, nor compose himself with such grace. He spoke as one with authority, and I do believe that the subject does warrant further study. We shall examine him more closely, and I do believe that the results of the study of this Jesus will see us all one step closer to the truth.